So there are surprising things that can spike your sugars beyond, say a processed food. One is stress. What stress does to the body, it puts the body in a fight or a flight mode, which means your body is gonna secrete cortisol, something that you need, right? It's the same hormone which is gonna get secreted if I put you in a lion's cage, because you are in only two minds. Either I'm gonna fight or I'm gonna flight, which is I'm gonna run. Stress in a shorter duration isn't gonna do much of a damage. But the stress over the period of a long time, this is what's going to affect the way your body responds to everything, the way your body even processes the food. And that is where you're getting your sugar spike. Second thing, lack of sleep. There's a research data which is from the people who work through the night shifters. So especially in the hospital, we used to have 1/3 of our staff working overnight. These are the people which will always complain about, I cannot lose weight. Question was why? So that is what the researcher looked at. And it turns out, just because you're going against the body's rhythm, body's clock, your body's hormonal systems is in complete imbalance. This is also where your sugar spike is coming from. So very surprising, your sleep and your sugar spike. But there is a concrete connection to it. So if you like that morning joe or a cup of coffee, what is the coffee going to do to you? You're going to say, you know what? I drink a coffee which is completely a black coffee. I don't even add a creamer. I don't even add any sugar. Why would my sugar have anything to do with it? Turns out a very tiny portion of population is actually more sensitive to the coffee. And then this in itself can lead to a sugar spike, even though you would think there's absolutely no relation. But remember, I'm talking about a very tiny portion of people. So for all your health conscious people, who have been sort of switching away from the natural sugar to the artificial sweeteners, all your carbonated drinks will have artificial sweetness. You're thinking, okay, can I get away from eating the sugar and just giving me the taste? Turns out you can't really fool your body for that long of a period. A study done in USA suggested people who ended up drinking Diet Coke or say a Diet Pepsi actually ended up gaining weight in a long period of time. Because initially they thought, you know what, I'm going to fool my body. But when you fool your body, the body isn't getting the glucose it expects, the sugar it expects. It is only getting the taste. So the next meal that you have, your body is going to crave for that sugar. So you're going to overcompensate and eat something that you should not have had. So this is how artificial sweeteners and the body interact. This is how those artificial sweeteners are responsible for a spike in the sugar level. My fifth point is skipping the breakfast. You skip your breakfast and then you have the next meal. What your body is going to do? What it's going to think is, I have missed my previous meal. I don't know where my next meal is coming from. So let me get as much of a sugar out of this meal possible. This is where the sugar spikes. And now it's working overdrive to digest as much sugar as is possible. So skipping a meal or skipping a breakfast is usually not a good idea.